a total of around 8 inches of asphalt concrete. You're unable to see that on the video looking down from this angle because of the shadows. But what you probably can see is possibly a distinction between the base course and the surface course, or in this case the wearing layer versus the binder, which is essentially the same as the base. It's like we have close to 1.5 inches or so of the binder layer. You can see it's right around the 0 on the 10 mark. It looks like where the distinction begins between that and the other layer. That would be the wearing layer on the surface, and then the binder and the base courses down below, which are essentially the same mix. The test section, getting ready to start with the walking video tour. As I mentioned before, this is a relatively new pavement, and so as one might suspect, there's very little, or actually there's no distress that I've noted on this test section. See, the shoulders are predominantly sand. I'm going to pull off and go down in the ditch and show something just briefly now. Off in the ditch where we've got some of the material exposed in this cut area, and as you can see, we have what appears to be really more of a sandy material than a clay material, which we saw above the beginning of the test section. What I think may have happened there is the cut in that particular location was somewhat less, or considerably less, than it is at the beginning of the test section and throughout the test section. So we may still have a shallow layer of clay in there back at that point. It'll be interesting to see what we get at the next hole. But as you look throughout here, especially over here in the cut, we've got a predominant, I would say the best description would be of a clay sand throughout this cut, and that may continue to be the way we classify the subgrade regardless of what we get out of this next hole, which again is going to be somewhat beyond the end of the test section. Downstream 5, and something that I missed the first few times walking up and down through this test section is the longitudinal crack which appears to be forming there. We're around station 1+75. It's only about 6 feet long, and obviously it's held tightly together. I have to be careful and try to note some more of these things as we go through.